Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on just a bunch of different DCU news that's been coming out over the past, I don't know, the past week or so, roughly? Yeah, something like that. But yeah, we're going to be going over the DCTV stuff, then the movie stuff. We'll break it up into each category if you want to put it. We'll start with DCTV, just because I think there's just a tiny bit more, I think. I guess it's like a tiny bit more DCTV stuff. Actually, it's pretty even now that I think about it, but regardless, we'll start with the DCTV stuff. But of course, throughout the video, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on the stuff we go over. Always curious to read what you guys are thinking. Drop a like in the video to show your support, helps out. So the first thing to talk about is, obviously we're going over the DC stuff, but we'll start with Creature Commandos just because there's one minor thing that's specifically Creature Commandos, and of course it's the first DCU project we're getting it. We'll get it by the end of the year. So at like a presentation thing, we just got this new logo here, as you can see on screen. I think this is sort of like similar to roughly what the one was on the initial announcement reveal thing. It's the same text, I think. It's just obviously a bit different with, it's almost like pirate-esque. It almost looks like a pirate flag. I mean, it had a skull and bones or something on there. You think it's a pirate flag or something like that, or like it's specifically meant to be that. Yeah, so that's the Creature Commandos thing there. I think they said that at the presentation thing, or where this thing was shown, there was also maybe some other looks shown and stuff, but none of that was revealed online, at least from what I could see. So I'm still assuming that Comic-Con is where they'll drop a trailer for this, whether there is a proper DC panel or not. I'd assume it's dropped there, because if it's not dropped there, I don't know where they would drop it. That's pretty much it. Because then like there's New York Comic Con and CCXP, but they're like around the same period at the end of the year, and like Creature Commanders would only be like a month or so away from premiering at that point. So, I mean, if you're going to show some sort of decent first look and hype it up for at least a few months before people watch it, it'd have to be a Comic-Con. So wait and see in regards to that. But the next thing actually has a bit to do with Creature Commandos, and that's the news that Frank Grillo will be appearing as Rick Flag Sr. from Creature Commandos in Peacemaker Season 2. Of course, he's going to debut there in animation, and Frank Grillo's doing the voice role, but this is going to be him in live action. So this would, I guess, technically be the first one of the crossover thing, though Weasel is in Creature Commandos, and that's going to be played by the Sean Gunn, who played him in the Suicide Squad, though it's different canon, but then again, that's live action to animation, not vice versa. And it's also well believed that Viola Davis will be voicing Amanda Waller in Creature Commandos as well. But James Gunn says that Christopher Smith, Peacemaker, and Rick Flag Sr. have a little unfinished business to take care of. That's what James Gunn had to say on social media. And it was also revealed at the same time, alongside all of this, that James Gunn will be directing 3 of the Season 2 episodes, with him, of course, having written all 8 of them. One of the episodes we know he's directing is a season premiere. That was revealed a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if he's going to be filming or directing the final 2 episodes, or maybe somewhere in the middle and then the finale. We're not too sure. That's a wait and see. Now, Rick Flag Sr. in Peacemaker Season 2, is that him maybe looking into his son's death? Of course, for those that don't remember or didn't watch the Suicide Squad or see any of those flashbacks in Season 1 of Peacemaker, he is the one who, the one who killed Rick Flag Jr. was Peacemaker. So maybe that is where that story is heading, especially when you look at what Gunn said about them having unfinished business to take care of. Like, what else could it be outside of this, unless they want to team together previously as well under the guidance of Amanda Waller. Though some do think there will be some big retcons, which include what we saw in the Suicide Squad ever happening, as well as various moments from Season 1 of Peacemaker. So the easy guess is that Frank Grillo's Flag Sr. is there for some revenge or something. But then again, if there is a retcon, that could have his son from the comics never actually die in that instance, or maybe or not even be in the scenario. He might not even be that version at this point in the new canon. Maybe his son in this new DC Universe canon is only a teenager, if not younger, or something like that. That's a wait and see, because Frank Grillo isn't old. Like, he looks like he's about 40. So if he had his son, maybe he's like early 20s at most, and it wouldn't be like what Joel Kinnaman played in the Suicide Squad. So yeah, of course, like it seems like if he plays him in live action, he's going to have grey hair, or like a bit of a silver fox thing going on based off the animation. But it's like 40, maybe 50 or something like that. I don't know if his son would actually be Joel Kinnaman, but we'll wait and see what happens there. And the last thing on Peacemaker Season 2, this is according to Daniel RPK. As you can see on screen, there are some casting details for upcoming characters in Season 2. Now, most, if not all of these, would be code names and not what they'll actually be called in the show, but just thought I'd show them for those that are interested. So there's Larry Fleury, or Fleury, I'm going to say it's Fleury, that's how I'd pronounce it, Carver, and then Outdoors Guy. What a name, Outdoors Guy. So yeah, they are what they are. And the final thing is something that is interesting. It's like one of those ones where like someone talked when they probably shouldn't have talked, and or maybe they just got confused and thought it was confirmed or something. But Mark Strong, who played Dr. Sivana in the Shazam series and also Sinestro in the Green Lantern movie back in the beginning of the 2010s, he is going to be in the Penguin series apparently. Now, this was confirmed by his personal trainer, of all people, for the show. Now, great actor, crazy reveal that he's going to be in this because, like, I guess maybe people weren't expecting it, but a lot of people think that maybe his role, whoever he is playing, carries on into the Batman sequel, which of course is meant to start filming, I think, later this year, but then it got delayed, didn't it? Didn't it, like, the release date for that movie get delayed like an entire year? So I don't know when they're filming that movie now, but a lot of people think his role, whatever it is in the Penguin series, is set up here because it's going to be a bigger part in the actual sequel to the Batman. But who is he playing? Now, he could just be some random original character for the show, but saying that a lot of people think he's being teed up to go into the movie or into the sequel, people think it's going to be bigger. So some theories for, who Mark Strong's going to be from online include Victor Zsasz. That's a big one. I don't know if Victor Zsasz is the best one. I think you probably go for someone just a bit younger, maybe. I'm not too sure. Clayface is a big one because it's rumored that Clayface is going to be in the Penguin, but there's no confirmed actor at this stage for who's going to be Clayface. So a lot of people think, well, it's not confirmed yet, and then Mark Strong's going to be in it. It's been hidden, a hidden casting apparently. So maybe he is, going to be Clayface, and he's a thespian, if you want to put it, so maybe he'd suit being Clayface. I don't know. Hugo Strange is a big one, just because I guess he's bald and could grow a beard. I'm not too sure. And the final one, which a lot of people seem to be pretty strong on, because I think this is just a big theory what people think will be in the sequel to the Batman in regards to a villain, and that is Mr. Freeze. So a lot of people, and like he'd probably be able to play Mr. Freeze, he'd look the part. So yeah, those are like the top ones that I was seeing at the very least. So if you have any other options as to who you think Mark Strong will be playing, feel free to let me know in the comments. But no, we'll talk about that, like maybe setting up into the sequel to the Batman. So let's move on to the movie side, or the movie news and details for this DCU. We got 4 things here. Actually, sorry, it's only what 3 things? No, I don't know. No, 2 things. No, 3 things. I think it's 3 things. The first thing is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. This news came out literally like half an hour before I recorded this video. So Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is going to release in theaters on June 26th. Of 2026, sorry. So June 26th of 2026. There's too many 26s in there. Anyway, so that is just shy of a year after Superman. Superman will come out like early July. So yeah, it's going to be like 51 weeks after the release of Superman. So that works. And it's also been officially confirmed that Craig Gillespie, might I say, will be directing the film. Obviously, that's an Australian lead actor in the form of Millie Alcock, and then an Australian director in the form of Craig Gillespie. Now, I wonder if that's connected to how the character will be portrayed, or it's just a coincidence. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. I don't know if she's going to be rocking an Australian accent, like some Bogan thing or something. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Now, nothing else was revealed about the movie outside of those details. I guess the next piece of news that will start coming out about this film is, I was going to say when they start filming perhaps, but I guess other castings. But then again, we don't know how large the cast will be for this film, but that's a wait and see. We just know that's coming out June 26th of 2026, so about a year after Superman, which fits pretty well. I think this is the second one, by the way. So they said that this is the second release. So that's good. You allow Superman to come out. You can come out, have its proper release. There's no pressure on, okay, there's another movie in 4 months, and, DC and Warner Brothers have their hands full in regards to advertising multiple things. So they can allow Superman to come out, see how it's received, and then just give some breathing room, and then Supergirl can come in as well. And of course, Supergirl's reportedly meant to be in the Superman film as well. So you can let things breathe and let people watch the movie, whether it's in theaters or on digital, and get to know the character a bit or get introduced to it, and then you get this movie about a year after. So that works for me. Now, next up, Chris Pratt. I know, random, but while promoting, once again, a bit random, the new Garfield animated film, he was asked about joining the DCU. If asked, with him saying, "If James thought I was right for it, then that I would have to consider it." Now, who could he play? Now, he will be in this new DCU 100%, without a doubt. Like, without a doubt, he's going to be in it. It just depends when and who he plays. I mean, a lot of people think Booster Gold, amongst some other things. I think if you're going to get Chris Pratt in there, he's probably going to play a decently sized character. Whether it's a one-off or a two-off or something like that, or a main thing for a few years, I'm not too sure, but I think it's pretty obvious this is going to happen. And the final thing to talk about is actually in regards to Superman. Now, of course, we had the suit reveal like around just over a week ago, roughly, something like that. Now, reportedly, over the next 2 or 3 weeks or something like that, is when there will be a decent amount of public shooting periods for Superman. So it is expected that there will be some new shots of not just Superman in his suit, which I think people wanted to see him standing up and stuff like that, but maybe some other characters as well. Of course, whether they are good photos is another question. It sort of depends on viewpoints, distance, everything like that. But it's going to be pretty open, where they're supposed to be filming and all that apparently. So it's expected there'll be more than a few people with cameras trying to get as good as shots as possible to, well, I mean, let's be honest, sell to the trades around the world and make as much money as possible. Because as I said, we've already, seen what the Superman suit is. I sort of just want to see what it's like with him standing up. But I really also maybe want to see, in particular, someone like Green Lantern. Of course, this being the Guy Gardner version. So I'm sort of hoping he has a comic accurate version for his suit from the comics. And even someone like Hawkgirl, because that suit could be something that you could do and it could look really goofy and just not work at all. And people just laugh at it when they see it if it's not done right. Black Adam, in my opinion, nailed Hawkman for what it needed to be. So hopefully that served as a decent guide on what to do right. But also Hawkgirl's suit is a bit different than Hawkman's. But, use that rough thing there. Okay, that worked in live action. Let's use that as a bit of inspiration, but also not copy it exactly. So fingers crossed that works out well. Of course, there's also characters like, Metamorpho, but that could be very CGI. I'd assume there might be some makeup there. I'm not too sure what they're going to do with that character, whether they go CGI with it, or at least for different parts, or they go makeup. I'm not too sure. And actually, Mr. Terrific would be one that'd be pretty interesting just to see the overall design suit they go for. Actually, I think all of it will be fairly interesting, to be completely honest. But yeah, that's a wait and see. That's like still maybe 2-3 weeks away from what people are saying. So just keep an eye on that one, I guess. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it, show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts on everything we went over in this video. Always curious to read what you guys are thinking. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.